Your health is the driving force to any success in life.
I want to get better. I
See people care about you and they desire to see Mandy Rose back in the ring.
Maybe one day, some of us have our wrestling names and like we can't get away from them. The wrestling thing.
You still are beating up your body to a level of danger. You are risking your health.
And at the end of the day, you know, it's a business. You have to look at it for the long run and you can become a huge star.
It's hard to live with that salary these days. If you're chasing wealth and neglecting your health, you're gonna be broke in two aspects.
Maybe I should stay away from the ring.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Power Alphas. I'm one of your hosts, Sabby Piscitelli, and as always, I have my beautiful wife, Amanda Piscitelli. How are you today, baby?
I'm doing good. Welcome, everyone, to another episode. We were just talking about how Sabby likes to
Oh, my gosh.
suck on. Oh, that sounds really weird.
Yeah, what is that? It's a little weird. Stop. What was that?
Cut.
Edit that shit out. Oh, my gosh. You're talking about I eat almonds and pistachios
Almonds
too
and
loud.
Pistachios and sunflower seeds.
Yeah, okay.
A little loud.
A little weird. Now you're bringing that up and open up the podcast over
It's
here.
great.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, what's going on? We're excited. I got my flannel on. It's fall.
Wow, the weather's so beautiful right now.
Oh my gosh. We love talking
changed.
about the weather.
But
Let's talk
it really
about
is
it.
beautiful, though.
Is October the greatest month ever?
Well, it's only
Weather-wise?
It's only early October right now, but last year was nice.
And November was great too for us, for our
Well,
wedding.
the beginning of November was nice. But then even like your dad was saying yesterday when we were at the deli, though, he said like there's been snowstorms and Halloween around here.
Yeah.
How?
You remember a couple years ago?
There's been snowstorms around here on Halloween?
Yeah,
I know,
so
yeah,
I
that's
was
crazy.
really-
It's like 4 weeks from now. Less than 3
No.
It's like 3 weeks from now.
You roll the dice, really. It's hit or miss, but it's like I was nervous when we were planning for our wedding, remember, because I was like, oh, no more dates in October left for the full day. I'm like, okay, I don't want to go past the first week of November. I was very adamant because it can get
Well, it was like
cold.
November 2nd, so it was like, yeah.
Well, I know, it was still
2 days
like
after
basically
Halloween.
October, but we've had a crazy snowstorm on Halloween weekend, like a
Which
couple
is
years
crazy.
ago.
Well, I will tell you this. So somebody who did not grow up in seasons,
Yeah,
right?
let's talk about
being
that.
in the summer, being in Florida, like I can understand how people that grew up with the seasons and then moved to Florida miss it because
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I'm really enjoying the temperature change, the mornings changing,
Right?
the
Like,
leaves changing. It kind of changes your mood. Like it really does. Like, I mean,
does.
today it wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was 65 degrees.
Great golfing weather.
Unbelievable golfing weather.
I mean, hello.
Hello, every day.
Hello. But also it's kind of funny because I'm like thinking about it. I never really like thought about it too much, but I'm like, yeah, wow. You grew up in Florida and
Never
you
had the
guys didn't
seasons.
have seasons
Zero.
changing.
Nope.
Like
Didn't know what
it's like
tree leaves
Groundhog's
looking
Day.
like. Didn't know leaves fall. Didn't know they change colors.
Yeah.
But not
I
even
mean,
that.
wait, leaves.
It's kind of what I think is kind of exciting about it. Like for me, like a newbie doing this, is that like your wardrobe changes throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like see in Florida, we'd have a couple nights where we'd get some cool fronts, but like your wardrobe really changes throughout the year.
yeah,
It's
you
kind
know
of
me.
cool.
I'm
It's exciting.
neutral
Yeah,
girl
but-
coming out.
No, I actually listen. I'm really enjoying it. Like even when I went to Oregon, in Oregon State, we didn't really have seasons like we do here. Like it was like nice to shitty right away. It was like
Yeah.
nice summers and then just rain all day.
No, I do miss it. I will say living in Florida now for the majority of the time, the last 10 years, I do miss fall. And I feel like when I was grinding in WWE and, like you can relate when you're just like in it and you're grinding, you really don't like worry or care about what's going on at home
Yeah,
in a
you
sense
lose
because you're
sight.
just like on the move. And I feel like I never realized until I was able to appreciate it and go back home and be around the family and, do the apple picking and pumpkin picking and like all that stuff. I'm like, wow, this is like so much fun. I forget how nice this is.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And it's always like weird Christmas in Florida a little bit because
Is.
It's hot. You're getting my mom and I that first time we were like, we're getting our tree in flip flops and shorts. Like this is so weird.
Yeah, there was times in high school in Florida. Like Christmas break, I was going to the beach. Like we would go to the
that's
beach
so
and hang
crazy.
out.
But you guys went to Connecticut a lot growing
Yeah,
up,
we
right?
connected a lot when I was a kid growing up, so I understood
That's
that.
nice. So you guys saw like the white Christmases a little bit.
I didn't see White
Really?
Christmas until I got old. It snowed last year here on Christmas,
And then
like
you guys would
December
go to
24th.
Colorado.
I go to
too.
Colorado once in a while if my sister was living there. But yeah, I do agree with you that the holidays have a better feel up north.
Right.
Florida doesn't really get the holidays as much, especially if it's hot and
Yeah,
humid.
and there's pros and cons to every state, obviously. Don't get me wrong. People, in January up here are hating it and wish they could be in Florida.
Exactly.
So, January, February are like the greatest months in Florida. So we're grateful that we had to, that's why we said it's nice to have two homes. So
We're very blessed. So
But-
I heard you were trending.
Yeah, where'd you hear it from?
A word on the streets that my wife was
Word
trending.
on the street.
What was my wife
I was
trending
actually
for, babe?
trending for a few different reasons.
Yeah, tell me.
One, I got back in a wrestling ring for the first time in almost 3 years.
Wow.
Which was crazy. So we were doing a OFTV video. It's basically like YouTube vlog style video where Elena Black, aka Cora Jade, aka Bree, she's got so many names. We were actually
don't even know-
laughing. You don't even probably know her
No, I
real
don't.
name.
Somebody asked me like
Evanson probably.
Yeah, because I connected with the financial team. I literally he called me and was like, Brianna's not getting whatever
You're like,
email.
"Who's
And I'm like, who's
Brianna?"
Brianna?
Yeah, literally.
Like I have no idea.
So it's funny you said that. So she brought that up last week. She's like, isn't it funny? She said she was with the girls, like Indy and Roxanne, and she's like, isn't it funny how like some of us have our wrestling names and like we can't get away from them? And I was like, it is funny you say that because I can't look at her and not call her Cora, and not call her Cora or Jade, which is her wrestling name. But she goes by Elena Black right now, but that was her indie name. That's not her real name. Her real name is Brianna Coda. So at one point, I'm like, I don't even know her freaking real name. So actually what made it funny is coming into our gate. When you come into a gate, you have to give your name or give the person's name. She was saying, she actually told me the story. I was dying when she came to us to pick me up. She was like, and they always call you, they never call me. But she's like, she first said Mandy, and then she's like, wait, what? Sacamano. And then she goes, no, wait, she got married. And then she's like, Sabatino. Your last name is
thought
confusing.
your last name-
Or no, she said your wrestling name. She said
Tino? Sabatelli?
Sabatelli. She said Sabatelli. So she's like
At the front gate?
yeah, at the front date, she's like, man, Sabatelli. She told me the story. I was dying. She's like, Sabatelli. Oh my gosh, it's Tino. She was
Why
like,
did she just call you?
And then it gets so confusing with these. Well, I actually called them. I told them to let them in, but they didn't listen. It gets so confusing with our names. But anyway, there's a few of us that like we just have to call each other by their wrestling name still. Me, I got really lucky. I will say.
You got lucky.
I got really lucky because everyone calls me Mandy. But anyway, so I got in the ring with Cora Jade, as you mostly know her as, and we did a little YouTube video. We didn't get too crazy in there. We did a few things actually. It's just that we didn't like get in, and like stretch, and I haven't taken a bump in a long time. So I was like, I'm not trying to like wake up tomorrow and literally not feel my spine. So we did a few things, and then it's so funny though. It's like riding a bike where like at first you're like, ooh, like I was like, what should we do? And then like once I started getting into the swing of things, I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, okay, let me do this jump up Brana too. And then so we decided to do like each other's finishes on each other, like show her my finishes and she shows me her finishes, which was fun. And it was fun. We kind of towards the end of it, we were like, damn. I was like, I think I still got it.
Still got it? You still got it in the back pocket?
I mean, I don't think I ever lost it, but But yeah, so
the question is, how sore were you the next day? Like, because I feel like that at this age or this part, is
Yeah.
like we're still very in good shape and we take care of ourselves. But like, if you're not training for a certain sport or impact in your body, it's going to be sore.
right. So
like the ring had to be.
Believe it or not, I wasn't that sore, but I also didn't take many bumps because I wasn't trying to because I also had my hair in like this low pony because we were filming. So like, it was. It just I wasn't a huge fan of like taking actual bumps. I took a Hurricane Rana, I took a pop-up Rana, I took a few things, whatever, but I didn't take like a lot of bumps. So I wasn't that sore. And she's also only going on like a couple months being out of the ring. I'm going on like almost 3 years, which is
She was
crazy.
still doing indie shows a couple months ago too, though, right?
Yeah, she was still wrestling. So so that was a lot of fun though. And then we did some other stuff. You guys will see shortly. We're going to be posting all that within the next couple months. And but I actually feel like I was trending because of that, but also anytime someone gets fired or ends up going separate ways with WWE or NXT, and especially if it's like a hot girl or a girl that you could see doing like, subscription-based platform type things, I immediately get tagged in so many things. And Twitter, I was like going down the rabbit hole and was reading some of these tweets, and I was dying. Like
They're like the Godfather or the God Woman. What would you call it?
They were
the woman's
calling me
thing?
like, the God. They were
Can't
actually
be the Godfather because
No,
but you can be God Woman.
There was a few that I like
Godmother.
screenshotted and I was dying.
I need to read these. I need to hear them on podcast.
I think I sent you one of them. So this one was really good. Mandy Rose is fucking hilarious, bro. She's really collecting WWE releases like the Infinity Stones.
But you know, we talked
And then
about
there's this one.
Go ahead, tell one of this one here.
Mandy Rose laid the foundation for the how do you say that word? We're gonna skip that because I can't read that. Former college athlete turned NXT newbie turned OF star. Get it while you can. Perennial, is that the word?
Perennial.
Yeah.
They live every year.
Oh, yeah. That's a hard word to say. Perennial.
What does that even mean? I need a definition on that.
What does that mean?
What is it?
I think it's a flower that lives the year round.
Oh, so they're saying like on the foundation for the perennial.
Perennial. You learn something every day.
That's a hard word. Former college athlete turned NXT newbie turned.
I think because I think you also symbolize to these women that you could be extremely successful when you get done with WWE. We've talked about this before. You're just always labeled with the subscription-based platforms because that's kind of the thing that supposedly got you in trouble toward the end of your career.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how you were labeled of like, oh, well, Mandy was doing things that we didn't approve of or we weren't getting half of it. So they got really upset about it. So you're always going to be connected to that stigmatism, which in my eyes is an incredible thing because all these females that are going to leave NXT or WWE, they're going to see the opportunity to be able to control their own brand and control their entity. They're going to call you for advice minimum, right? They're going to see how you did it. What was your blueprint?
For sure.
How'd you do this?
And at the end of the day, it's a business and we're all trying to make the most that we can make out of anything because we're all young and, eventually people want to start families. You want to set yourself up for the future. You want to, set your career up. Like, as you guys know, in WWE, you are a 1099, an independent contractor, so you don't have those benefits. So, like, for instance, the girl that decided to go, she didn't want to renew her contract because they offered her a new deal, and it was not a lot of money. So Jasmine Nix, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, everyone kept saying, like, oh, she's going to be next, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, just because someone doesn't want to do this anymore because it's not financially the right decision for them or they get fired or whatever, it doesn't mean they're like, that's the resort they got to go to. Like, trust me, they should because it's obviously very financially lucrative in that world. But like kept saying it, but can we talk about the fact that like, I don't know what specifically she was offered, but like they offered her like less than $100K for 3 years. Like, I mean, NXT, I get it. You're not making a lot of money in NXT, but there's a lot of variables. She did have a lot of like injuries and like she wasn't a wrestling star before this. She was like an athlete. But like, I mean, come on. You could at least give after a couple of years.
I mean, with the money that they're making now publicly, everyone knows about TKO and the mergers and stuff like that. Now they got some stuff with Saudi going on. I think it's sad because you still are beating up your body to a level of danger, right? There's a level of you are risking your health, your long-term health. And I think I understand that they still try to treat NXT, I guess, as like the developmental program in a sense of like it's like the minor leagues before the major leagues. But like NXT is their own brand, right? They have their own name, own pay-per-views. But you're absolutely correct. I mean, I hate to say this now, our world is changing to where social media gives you opportunities to make a lot of money, a lot more money than what they'll pay you outside of that platform. Like, for instance, even if you got a couple 100,000 subscribers on Instagram now, you could make a lot of money with other kind of content, right? With other kind of deals, with collaborations, with marketing. So like, you're right. Like some of these girls that made a name for themselves a little bit, have a following, they're pretty girls, they're athletic. They could probably go out and make easily 100,000, not beating their body up somewhere doing something else.
And
so,
they don't even have to go to, a subscription-based platform either. Like nowadays, social media alone, like, like I monetize off Snapchat. Like there's so many things. TikTok nowadays, like you get paid. Like, so for them to like, I feel like offer such a small number, and listen, I get it. There was a lot of controversy out there about especially the old time wrestlers that like, this should be your passion and you really shouldn't put a dollar on it because eventually you have to look at it for the long run and you can become a huge star and you'll make more money as you go and all that's great and it's valid. But it's like also at the end of the day, it's like if that's not going to cut it for your finances and you know that you can make more money elsewhere, then that's the decision they make. And I feel like it's kind of hard today's world nowadays. It's sad to say, but it's like that's not a lot of money in today's world to like.
It's hard. I mean, it depends where you live. It's also
and where you live,
family. Absolutely,
like all the things.
You're right. It's the reality of how expensive this world has got.
And like you said, beating up your body at the same time. Like, listen, if you're getting paid that much money and you're not really, it's the risk ain't worth the reward.
I know it's tough.
It's a tough thing to look at.
I mean, not to transition to something negative, but like you just said, like as sad as it sounds, like $100,000 a year is, it's still good money in the perspective in a sense of a comparison of the world, but it's hard to live with that salary these days. The way the world is trending to that's kind of like the better way to put it.
And I don't even think they offered her $100,000. I think it was like 80 or 85.
Crazy. But yeah, no, it's sad that we have got to a point in this country where, I mean, $100,000, you ain't buying no homes. Where are you buying a home for $100,000? It's a sad part.
It is.
This is the reality of it, which is, I don't agree with it, but I think that's what's wrong with our society right now. There is definitely a disconnect from the average income coming in to what our economy is affording let people live. So
for sure. Well, they got to raise people's job salaries in order for them to be able to afford anywhere nowadays, unless you're like out in the middle of nowhere, Texas or Tennessee, where you see these homes on Instagram where I'm like, what the heck? You ever see some of those? Like,
go on, especially Dallas.
Texas. Like, I mean, I get it. You might be like 30 minutes from the grocery store, but like,
it's all perspective. It's all where you live.
It's all perspective.
I mean, think about it. A place in New York, a nice condo in New York is $10,000 a month sometimes. Some of these condos.
Oh, easily. I mean, that's probably the low
Small
end in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
crazy.
But yeah, so I was trending because of those two things. And then there was something else I feel like that I was just about to say that I forgot. It was like oh my God, what was it? The wrestling thing? I'm having brain farts lately.
The thing you trended for was getting back in the ring. That's what I remember.
No, it was for that and the wrestling and the other thing. But there was something else that happened I just got it. Guys, I'm starting to scare me. Wrestling. Maybe I should stay away from the ring. No. What I was saying, that it was like a trifecta. And then on NXT last week or at their pay-per-view, after... The irony for this, actually, let me backtrack a little bit for the fan that may be watching and they don't know. But the irony of this is that the girl, Jasmine, that I was just talking about, was in the group Fatal Attraction with JC Jane and Fallon Henley. And that was kind of like, you guys all know, Toxic Attraction. JC Jane was in there and I was the leader with Gigi Dolan. So Fatal Attraction's kind of like the new Toxic Attraction. In a sense, there's been a lot of comparisons. So Jasmine was part of that trio. She obviously, someone laid her out one night because they knew she wasn't going to renew her deal. So that was the end. So then they have a new person coming into their trio. And the irony of this, I don't think you know this, is that the girl that took out Lola Vice that was wrestling JC Jane for the title that night, last week, she like did my bicycle knee on the outside and she was all like covered up, dressed in black. And a lot of people do that move. So
they thought it was you? Some
relax,
fans
I'm
thought
not
it was
saying
you?
it's my bicycle knee, but then again, they're going to take that. Yeah, so then I was trending as well. I think it was all in the mix of like the timing. It was just it was talked about a lot. Is that they thought it was me, and I was like, that's so kind of weird. That like it kind of looked like my knee too, like how I do it.
Steal your moves.
Don't get me started. Everyone does the bicycle knee, babe. I stole the bicycle knee from a lot of people.
Should we call Triple H right now?
Yeah, okay. How many people do that knee? Everyone. But no, it was kind of funny that they did that and they were like, oh my God, what if, and it actually kind of would have been a cool story. Like, imagine it was me. I was helping her.
I mean, a huge story.
I mean, sorry guys, cat's out of the bag. It wasn't me. But anyway, so it's always good to still be talked about after 3 years.
I still love it. Be 3 years this year. And you still have such a huge fan base that actually people care about you and they desire to see Mandy Rose back in the ring.
I'm blessed.
Which very blessed and grateful for all those fans, which is awesome. This is why we do the podcast. This is why we have our, our stuff, our businesses and everything. It's actually, I love it.
And, it gave me a little, like, knowing that, not that I think I was going to be, like, lost in the ring, but it gave me a little hope of, like, maybe one day if I ever wanted to get back in there, I feel like
Absolutely.
I could easily get back in there.
I love it.
I'm not
Yeah.
like
Why not?
an old, raggedy
No.
woman nowadays. I mean,
35 years young,
35
babe.
and still looking like I'm 25.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Anyway, so, yeah, that was the big story. Yeah. So what else, babe, we got going on? Dropped Lifestyle Reset.
We did.
How's the first week been?
It's actually been about a month now. About what? About a little, what, 3 weeks maybe?
A little less than that, though.
A little
I feel
less
like.
than a month
Yeah.
maybe. It's been very exciting. I actually love jumping on these phone calls with these individuals to see these men where their mindsets are at, what their fitness journey is, and where they want to go. It's exciting because I think for me, it's like almost like I want to inspire these people to be better.
Yeah.
And when I hear their story, I understand. Some of them I understand how they got in that position, but some that I don't. Some I do not. But what I love is that these men have the courage to ask, for help. They want help, right?
Yeah.
This is not an easy thing, that to actually kind of put yourself out there and say, listen, man, I let myself go physically, and I want to get back to where I want to be physically. That will lead to mentally.
Yeah, it's like the first step of like almost, it's a little different, but like admitting you have a problem. It's like the first step
100%.
of like how
Yeah.
hard it is to admit that, okay, let's attack this. It's going to be like a process, but at least let's admit that like I want to get better. I want to get my, my lifestyle in check. But yeah, I'm sure you're going to learn a lot from your first like bunch of calls that you've been having,
Yeah,
like you learn a lot from these people and like how you can help them in different ways.
Well, what's exciting is like, obviously we had businesses before, we've had investments, but this is a new business. We're starting from like ground zero.
Right.
So it's always intriguing to me understanding the business model of understanding how to build a company again, right? From zero. And it's, it's not easy. It's hard. It's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't realize. But I think at this point, what I'm excited about is to inspire and motivate men to be the best version of themselves. I heard a quote the other day, I just absolutely loved it. And it said, if you're chasing wealth and neglecting your health, you're going to be broke in two aspects. And I was like,
one.
wow. And I actually dove into that. And I said, I want to know what that means, right? And think about this, though. I'm going to say it again. If you're chasing wealth and you neglecting your health, you're going to be broke twice. And this is why. First, you'll be broke because your body will be broken down. You'll be unhealthy. Second, you have to understand that your body is the driving force. Your health is the driving force to create wealth. So once you lose your health, you lose your energy, you lose your motivation, you lose your discipline, you lose your habits, because now all your energy's flipped to something else.
For sure.
Which is going to be, you're going to lose the money you're chasing, right? So for me, when I heard that saying, I was like,
like
wow,
that.
like
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Like, chasing wealth, neglecting health. And I even said that too. It's like, then also you talk about, okay, you have a couple bucks in the bank. But what is having a couple bucks in the bank when you have diabetes, high blood pressure, bad cholesterol?
Right.
I mean, what is the worth of the money,
No,
right?
it's not.
So that's what I tell people all the time. And this is what I want to make these points when I talk to these people is that your health is the driving force to any success in life, in my opinion. So for these men that want to get back in better shape physically and mentally, understand once you get that factor of your life in play, I think doors will open in your career, your job, your family life, your friendship life, maybe your relationship life.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I truly want to inspire and have people understand this. And what the beauty of this is too is like, this is our passion. We love this, right? I love this. And I want to have the ability to be able to impact men to create their own wealth.
Yeah.
And that's for me is something I'm passionate about at this point now.
Yeah, I love it. So how anyone watching this YouTube episode, and we'll go into it with our next episode as well, but you can tell them to like comment below if they're interested so you can send them an email like on YouTube. Because I know you do a lot on social media and Instagram and all that, but anyone watching this, they should comment, if they're interested, they should comment their email and maybe you can reach out and obviously they can try to set up a call too.
Absolutely. If you see a video that we put out there for Lifestyle Reset, definitely comment your email, comment the word lifestyle. A lot of times we'll have DMs triggered for our team to reach out for all of us to get your information and see how we can help you. That's kind of the first step. And at this point, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to book a call. Don't be afraid to shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, because I think a lot of people, it's funny. I actually noticed this the last couple of weeks. Even the big followings we have, some people, they're very hesitant, and they're afraid to put themselves out there. Like they'll comment with me a little bit, and then when I try to dive deep with them, they go ghost sometimes, or maybe like the next video they'll comment on.
Yeah.
So it's something
priorities too.
It's something that I really want people to understand, that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable to what you need to admit to go to where you want to go.
Exactly.
Right?
And don't be afraid to just DM. And if you want to start a conversation, to talk, that maybe then you can find out that, is this call right for me? Can we get, talk further about this, and then go from there. So obviously you guys can find us on social media, and make sure you're following up with Sabby's Instagram, because he's been posting out a lot of good content out there. And you guys can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and make sure you check out my new videos dropping soon on OFTV. And we'll see you guys next time.